Welcome back to Ferocious Education. This is Ed. Today we're giving another update on ORPH, Orphazyme. Now for this one here, I did cover it last video. It's in the description below, but today we're coming up with a good update. So without further ado, let's jump right into this one. So ORPH. Recent things have happened relating towards the price action here, and they're actually surprising. Yesterday actually went from $9.40 all the way to past $20, almost hitting in the $24 range. Today it dropped a little back to the $15.33. And today I do want to discuss where I see it going and where I think it's going to happen, what's going to happen next. Last video I did say whether it's going to probably see a back of a reversal and bounce back or just go back to oblivion. And I think we start seeing hints onto the first one rather than the later one or the latter one. And so we're going to talk about this one a little bit further into what is driving this entire move. Now there's a couple of things. First off is this major shareholder announcement, and it said Orphazyme A, a late-stage biopharmaceutical company pioneering the heat shock protein response for the treatment of rare diseases, hereby announces the receipt of notification pursuant to Section 38 to the Danish Capital or of the Danish Capital Markets Act for Sunstone Life Cycle Ventures and Sunstone Life Cycle Ventures Fund 2KS. As of June 11, 2021, Sunstone Life Science Ventures Fund 2KS holds less than 5% of the company's share capital. Of that, Sunstone Life Science Ventures AS, as of June 11th, controls less than 5% voting rights in the company. Now, there's nothing much here, just kind of the usual information, but what's actually powering it is the June 17th target PDUFA date. And it looks like in this cycle of the market is that PDUFA's dates and FDA approval target dates is all the buzz. Now today, as of this recording, it's June 17th, 2021. So given that at almost in any given time or to this day or today or June 17th, you're supposed to get that news or around then. So I guess that includes as well June 18th and then following Monday. Now, this is relating towards the Niemann-Pick disease type C, which is already gone through all phases, etc. And that would be the first pipeline that would actually go into productions and sales for this company, and hopefully really driving this company from negative revenue to positive revenue. Now, in terms of the short interest, a lot of people have been asking me, do you think a short squeeze might happen here? And what I want to say here is take a look into the amount of short volume that has been recorded. So in the past week, on the 10th, you had around almost 1 million shares in the short part. You go on towards the 11th, and you're looking into 9 million. The next day, 6.5. The next day, 1.2. And then yesterday, on the 16th, almost 48 million short volume. That is insane. And of course, yesterday recorded one of the highest volumes ever on record. Just to get a comparison, take into early June, you were looking into 0.01 million shares a day traded to 0.05. So in comparison, that's peanuts compared to 168 million that were actually recorded yesterday. Now, in terms of institutional buyers, institutions are not touching this. It looks like they're very quiet. They're not even selling. Now, another thing I do want to show you here is this picture here. Take a look into what happened to Naked Brands Group before. It did go to around 360 multiple times. Now, it's not as massive of a move as we're seeing right now. It does see another jump and it starts slowing down and dropping. So my fear is that it might actually happen again. And this is another kind of chart that I've showed before on my channel. You're looking into smart money, institutional investors, and then the public starts coming in. And I think we went from media attention, well, not even media attention. We just went from bear trap all the way to the very top. Now, we might have a little bit of denial, and then I guess right now is some part of return to normal. Just be careful when the fear or basically despair comes in and kind of things drop off into the blow-off phase. But before moving on here, make sure to drop a like to this video, as well as hit that subscribe button on the bottom right corner. There's also a bell notification button on there. Don't forget to click that. And if you'd like to join our Discord, totally free, just click show more, join my Discord on here. And this is my last video. I did go in depth on a lot of stuff, and I just don't want to bore people who've actually been following this series in this second video and going over everything else. So I do recommend that you watch the previous one, as it's a good 15-minute video around, I would say, 10 without the without the technical analysis part. Let's move on now towards technical analysis. Now, from the technical analysis point of view, a lot of this might not make sense for you, but I'll try to go out and explain it as best as I can. So first off, you have these moving averages, and usually give you an indication relating towards momentum and volume and a bit what's going on in the market itself based on historical price points. Now, the 10 SMA, which is the 10 simple moving averages, is above the 30 EMA, which is the exponential form of that, which is a good thing. The price point is also above the 50 SMA, which is the 50-day simple moving average, which is sitting currently at 813, which is another bullish thing. Now, the 80X gives you kind of this momentum volume index, and what you're seeing is that it's above 50, and that's where you start worrying about a reversal above 50. Now, nonetheless, it's still a very strong move because above 30, you start indicating that that's a very strong move. William percent R shows that this one is actually oversold. So it's very similar to the RSI, which is the relative strength index. So it shows that it's oversold, which is very interesting since almost a couple of weeks before it was trading around $6. Now, on the MACD, it's still bullish. It's still kind of getting restrained from the negative side, pushing towards the positive side, so that's a good thing. And momentum is at the positive side at 892. Now, in terms of the stochastic fast and stochastic slow, what we're actually seeing here is that it's still looking like there might be another leg up because it's at the bottom, which is very interesting again with this massive move. But it turns out going from $4 or $5 to 78 and coming back to 10 really balances out these technical analysis indicators in general. Now, the other thing here you're looking into is the volumes. Volumes are a little bit worrying because they slowed down and from one of the highest volumes ever into another second high around 88 million. That's usually a warning sign that people are losing interest, and it looks like people are selling than buying today. Now, the Bollinger Band, which is a moving average volume band, is sitting at 1673 at the top and $0 at the bottom. So expect that it trades between these two walls, but nonetheless, you get to see that the actual Bollinger Bands are still continuously expanding. Now, in terms of the chart itself for the Fibonacci retracements, interesting things are here. So on the resistance part is 2186 level of resistance, 3250 after that, 40109, 4969, 6193, and 7755. The only current of support that you're receiving onto the Fibonacci retracements is the 497. Now, from a price line action point of view, you're seeing significant support levels. Looking first off at the 1440. Below there, a very strong one at the 1348. Below there, 1199 is very strong there at 982. Going after that, a very critical one at the 913 level, and then down to the 718. Now, the current resistance level, you're seeing a strong resistance sitting at the $16 sharp. Above there, you're looking into 1806. Above there, you're looking into 2104. And we still have a lot of resistance level or some more of also support levels, hopefully in the future, in this massive two candles. So for that, I'll try to go on with 15-minute intervals. And you get to see that in terms of resistance, each of these candles, it's kind of looking interesting because you can't really put more of a price line action with each of these candles, but I'll just give it a try. So we're looking into 2058 as a resistance, $27. Probably say around 32.96, another one at 43.04, another one you're probably looking at 56.44, and then 64.91, and then $77.55. Now, that is insane move from where it is currently at. Now, would we see moves like this one here, where it increased around 1385 from 931, which is quite massive, more than double? So honestly, I would probably say that it is very possible. There's a lot of attention towards this one. And honestly, no matter what the company even says, because the company came here and said, hey, we're not actually sure what's going on, it looks like that a lot of people are still believing into this one for whatever kind of message that they're portraying around, whether it's on Twitter, Reddit, whatever it is. All it has to do is just someone tweeting it with a good following, and then momentum pushes and everything starts basically flying up. And a lot of people who aren't really kept up with what happened here, which almost looks like a pump and dump in that sense, are looking back at the chart and saying, hey, this was $78 this week, or last week. So they're going to buy in, and it's just going to take an influx of volume, and it's going to easily skyrocket, especially with the amount of shorts available onto the stock. It's quite insane to see the short level. So a short squeeze can be easily possible. It got all the right elements to, again, expand further in terms of volatility, and it's definitely interesting to see what happens in the next week. I'm going to be checking the stock almost daily because I'm interested to see whether this one can pull up a nice short squeeze, very similar to what happened here. That was a really massive push. Can we get something bigger or saying similar? That is really a question time will tell. What do you think about the sticker? Make sure to down in the comments below. Share, subscribe, and like, and have a wonderful day. Now, if you made it this far into the video, I do recommend that you go ahead and join our Discord server. There's a lot of amazing folks in here. We do a lot of discussions here into the trading floor throughout the day. A lot of people are in there, and we do ask questions. You can ask me any question you would like on there. We do post research and DDs, and we hold weekly chat sessions. And we also do have a lounge in there. So make sure to actually join that and join the fun there. Have a wonderful day and a good one.